Alright guys, game 1 of Fire Time Justice Midrange, also known as Heart of Icaria. This is a clear mulligan when we have 1 power. One thing I was thinking about is I may only want to play 3 Desert Marshals in this deck, as like has Rise, so maybe I want to get the 4th Rise, as you don't need Desert Marshal early a lot. I'm not going to lead on the Seat of Impulse, because I don't want to tell him I do or do not have Torch. But this Trailmaker is almost definitely making me another Fire. So we do need to draw something to do. We kind of just have setup and power right now. But this hand is pretty good against a lot of time decks. Cool. So we need another Fire and another Justice. Fire is more important for Heart the Vault, so let's get that. Let's punch. So the order I'm doing this, I now cannot represent Stand Together, which is fine. And the information my opponent currently has is I have 2 Sigils in my hand. Student's kind of problematic, and I think it's worth just silencing it before it becomes a problem. I don't want to blow Vanquish on it, and a 3-3 is not relevant. More power, but we have a Heart coming, so that's good. Obviously, we wish we saw this deck serve for the warp value, because warping Heart of the Vault is an insane thing. But it has a fast spell, so he has Finest Hour or Stand Together. Now the question is, how are we going to find this information out? I think I'm going to give him the power and just attack in. So if he wants to trade, I'm perfectly okay with this. Our opponent is missing power, but we get to jam a Heart of the Vault. I know we're greatly ahead on board, and we hit a Purify. While he's missing power, I will definitely just kill his student, as it plays around his fast spell as well. My opponent's not going to be in a position for a while to go threat plus leave up answer to whatever I want to do. So let's play Titan. Again, we're not representing Stand. And now let's find out if it's Finest Hour or Stand Together. No Finest Hour trigger here, so we now know it's Stand Together. I will probably not play my 7th power if I don't draw other power, because I want to be able to trigger my one of Mystic Ascendant. Siraf changes that equation. I have no way to hold down Stand Together, or I guess not represent it. But Siraf is worth playing the power out and making Mystic Ascendant worst. I'm playing it now because A, we've seen Student, so we probably aren't expecting Harsh Rule, and B, getting to 11 can be a little difficult. Waystone Infuser is amazing here. So, what's the order I want to do this in? I think I'm just going to attack with Siraf, and he wants to give me one of these, it's fine. He has Stand Together though, so Siraf is probably going to be very bad soon. So let's Waystone Infuser. No power on top, well let's find out what it is. It's a find the way. Well, that's worse than power, because I couldn't warp it. I would have easily warped power over playing a Crest there, because you technically draw a card when you warp it. Okay. Well, these are just bad. So, we're not drawing a power. So I can attack with Titan. And what he'll do is I get to trade for either an Enforcer or a Copper Hall. That's not really great. So I think I might just want to say go here after seeking up a Justice and not play it. I could attack, but like trading for one of these is pretty bad, so I think I'm just going to seek a Justice, not play it, because I don't need that power right now. There's a few scenarios where I could need it, but I'd rather save it for the Mystic Ascendant / Ironthorn right now. So the scenario I need it is going Power Rise. Okay, how do I even explain what the scenario is? Because it doesn't even exist. I could go 10th, so I could play this power, draw a power, so I'm at 10, flip a Heart of the Vault. Interesting. Alright, so we get to warp, that's fine. And what I think I want to do is just silence and kill this before it becomes an issue with Stand Together. Now, for us to win on this board is kind of hard, but I am just going to attack it with Titan and Waystone Infuser. This basically means he cannot just block one of them. He could either double block one of them and it will die, or he could just like put a Enforcer in front of the Waystone and take 5. Either scenario is okay. We know one of his cards is Stand Together. Cool. So we get one of these Enforcers off the board. So I think if I draw Rise, I'm probably just gonna go get Shatterglass Mage, as it's a 7/3. That's a problem. That's a big problem. If we can't answer that card, it could take over, but this answers it very cleanly. Eventually, I'm gonna need to double block when he attacks though. And we know we're not drawing a power. Now, the one awkward thing about Infuser is if we draw a power that's not actually a power. And I'll explain what I mean. Wow. Wow. That's a weird sequence of plays. And I say that because he didn't attack. I feel like he needs to be attacking here. So I could attack with this, and he just trade the Enforcer. He has a stand together, so I actually think that's a good line here. There's also where I attack with Infuser. And then torch whatever he blocks this with. By that logic, should I attack with everything? Attacking with this and this. But, like, the problem here is if he goes, okay, block, like, I need to kill Commando, so yeah. I guess he gets to eat something with Siraf, but that's fine. These aren't actually worth a lot. I'm just trying to beat the stand together. If he didn't have stand, this would be a much easier conversation to be having. But he gets some good trades here. He's at 6, and we kill the Commando. But now we do have aerial advantage, kinda. If he's leaving up stand together, obviously I don't have that advantage anymore. Elder's Feather's a really weird card that he's playing. Just throwing that out there. I don't hate it, but I think it's just worse than Inquisitor's played. Here it's obviously better because he's holding up stand together, which is great. Titan is okay. I don't know if he's going to stand together this board. He might want to, just in case he draws a 4-drop. Because then if he's sat trying to figure out what he wants to do, that's awkward. Alright, warp. So, I don't want... Like, I might just end up double torching him this game as our win con, but that's fine. We have lots of good draws. Alright, he's drawing things that let him hold up stand. Diogo is excellent. So he's excellent because I can activate him, and because he'll have 6 attack, basically with the double damage, it means my opponent doesn't have a good block. Everything will trade. And trades are good. Rise, does Rise kill him? No, not yet. So what I could do is activate Diogo, and then next turn Rise for Hard the Vault, shoot you for 4 because double damage torch you. Yes. What my opponent probably should do here is that, yeah. That's what I like here. That's the block I think is correct. So we have lethal next turn unless my opponent gains a bunch of life or plays Protect. But if he plays Protect, I just rose for a Hard the Vault that then can attack for 12 too. Blade doesn't do enough. Rise for a Heart of the Vault. Alright, this is actually 16 if he attacks. Gotta get that double damage Icaria life. And we had to lethal on board anyways, but let's just end this game. Cool. 1-0. Alright guys, game 2, we're on the play again, which is nice. Another mulligan, just 1 power hand you don't keep in this deck. You'd rather 4 power hands type of thing. But this game, we have some problems. We're playing 10 sigils, we've drawn 2 of them. So not only did we low roll on the redraw rule, where it only gave us two sigils, but we also don't have any correct influence here. If we could find a time source, that'd be nice. Otherwise, this is going to be an awkward game. This is what the cons of playing a 3-faction deck with only 2. I gotta get a Justice, by the way. With only 2. With only 4 crests. So I wanted to get a Justice because I can rise for an Amber Acolyte if I get the power. Cool. So I'm gonna end up rising for Amber Acolyte this game, though. So, and then Amber Acolyte will get me a Justice source. Most likely. So we probably are against unitless control, and the fact that he gets to take our rise here is absolutely enormous. But yeah, unitless has drawn good power. We haven't. So we're in a ton of trouble here, just because our draw hasn't functioned very well. I don't want to run this out yet. I want to use it to kill a weapon, potentially. So now the question is, what do I get? I could guarantee Reality Warden next turn or set up for Heart. I actually think just setting up for Heart is probably the way I win. I need the value this game. At least he hasn't drawn a bunch of card draw. So he does that, and then I hit him. This is why I think this line might be too aggressive from our opponent, and we are getting rewarded by drawing Heart. Titan's okay. There's some better hits, but it's fine. We basically just want to get more Hearts going. So if he casts like Marshal here, we have the torch for his face. And if this is 2 removal spells to hit me for 4, that's also fine. Like, this Duelist Blade hasn't done enough. So, do you have a removal spell for this? No. So you're gonna Lightning Storm? Yes. So, this was a really good turn for us. Not only does Heart generate card advantage, he didn't have Marshal last turn. Do I want to play into it? He just stratted. Play the Shadow, I know. I do think I'm gonna go in a bit. If he finds a Marshal or whatever. But I think he would have Marshal last turn. Unless he really wanted to hit his power drop off Farah's favor, so he found a Marshal. Alright, so Heart of the Vault on top is the best thing we could possibly see. I still need another Justice, but I'll take threats. I'll take any threat in my deck against unitless control. I think Amber Acolyte is secretly one of my best draws, as it hits our 8th power, which we need for Siraf. And it turns on Reality Warden. But we know we're drawing these. I'm just going to play them both out. He missed a power drop. So. I wonder if my opponent had a Wisdom there, would he have cast double Wisdom instead of this? This is double setback. We're okay with it. We're trading 2 for 2. The only issue is we have a dead card, so everything feels a little worse than that. So let's get a Justice, get our Reality Warden. Alright, game, don't lag on me. I don't know why we have some lag there. And he has another Slay, okay. But we need to find some gas. That's not gas, though. So my opponent is stuck on 8 drops, probably. Which is awkward because like Channel or Sword here is not really beatable. And now he drew power, but he specifically drew a Cobalt Waystone, which is just the best draw in his deck here. Because it means I can't go get Shatterglass Mage and feel good about myself. But this game I don't think we functioned very well. We eventually hit our top end, but in reality we didn't do anything. And I think this game is nearing over. Opponent just got to set up. Simple as that. And we kind of flooded out, or at least drew too many dead cards. I am going for 10. And now if my opponent just smacks it with double channel, it doesn't matter what we do. So I have to play to the game where his hand is like more removal. So if he has another kill spell for me, then we are just dead. For my face, sorry. Alright. Find the way. Doesn't reveal anything. Doesn't reveal anything. Looking for the warps here is what I mean. So yeah, if he has another channel or a sword, we just die. Okay. 1-1. Drew too many dead cards in this matchup, I think, for us to win. And we need a better start than that. We needed that rise, for example. Alright guys, game 3. We're also on the play again. This hand is definitely functional. We have 3 power with some early interaction and all of our colors, plus a crest. We have the crest. We're looking for more power probably, which is what we got. So at least one of these seeks have to get me a justice source. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to seek a justice, play out the seat, and torch the initiate. So right now my opponent only knows I have 1 sigil in hand because of my ordering there, which is nice. So it gets either practice midrange, which we go over the top of, or practice token. So what I want to do here is go get a fire, and then I'll try and make her for a time. But I'll play the justice source out. So I want to turn her the vault on. I do think this is a card that's severely underplayed. I can rise if I want, but I think the play here is just to put Diogo on board, so if he wants to attack, he trades. Or he just loses his dude. I guess Zen Initiation's pretty good here. But we know he has 1 power in hand, and a pretty good curve. Shatterglass, I would just warp this. I want value in this matchup. Vanquish is very good. I don't know what I want to rise for yet. Losing my only answer to Obelisk is a thing, but I need to hit my power drops, and I really don't want to rise for Amber Acolyte here. He has initiation. So I believe I missed a power drop. Right? Yes. My opponent, I think, made a mistake here. I think he should have Reliquary Raidered and killed my 2-1. But now I have to go get Amber Acolyte, especially since knowing the play patterns of this deck, the chances of my opponent having power hard the vault is approximately 100%. I'm not trading this Trailmaker off. Okay? So he didn't have heart. So I want to go get a Justice, play this, and just vanquish off his Wart Bearer. If he attacks with Titan, now because I can hit my power, I will just trade both of these off for it. But it did not have a heart the vault last turn, though. He would, if my opponent's paying attention, he would have snap killed my Trailmaker. Okay. So he gets a card out of this card finally. Still not a card I am impressed with in Praxis or in any deck really. I want to Desert Marshal this, but I think I need to get my heart value, so we can deal with that later. Icaria is okay here. It means I'm probably going to end up Desert Marshalling his Titan as well. But let's just trade. If he draws a Torch here, it kind of sucks, but we're in a pretty good spot. I'll get back to that later. So there's a Justice Sigil. So what I think I'm going to do is not cast Icaria. I know, what a world. And just silence the World Bearer now. I don't want to let him have card selection or like less power in his deck. Like if he hits a Crest is bad. And just develop Parliament. I'm now winning on board. So let's do this. And the question is, do I want to trade something for the Dawnwalker. It's only saving 1 point, so I don't think so. Good news here is I could beat a torch on the Warbearer. Like, if he wants to torch one of my dudes. Did you finally find a heart? No. Okay. So, I'm just gonna play Icaria. Hit you for 5. And then we're gonna Desert Marshal the Dawnwalker and trade with it. And he's probably just gonna trade the Reliquary Raider for a card here, but that's fine. So, yeah, my blocks, I'm just gonna do this and this. Want to leave the most health possible on Icaria, just in case he goes like initiate Xena initiation here on the Icaria. Warping a Heart the Vault. That's pretty good. If he has Xena initiation, we are in trouble. If he does not have Xena initiation, we're probably going to win. Also, can he beat the Icaria? Scribe, okay. If he has Obliterate in his deck, this is also a little bit harder. Just because he's going for the burn. So, I'll hit you for 5. I have Warcry 10, and he has a pause, so he has a torch. I'm just going to play Titan. I no longer care about Icaria. It's already dealt 10. It's Warcry 10. Now, what this means is it changes my blocks, but he has a power, a torch, and something. And this was his free card. Or his discounted card. Oh. Well, that was a fucking draw step. Let's just kill off the Trailmaker. The Temple Scribe. I don't need to try to break this board. What I'm going to do now is attack with this. And we'll Purify a few blocks. I could have attacked with Icaria as well, but I know he'd just take that. And I kind of was wondering if he'd kill my Titan instead. So my opponent may just be on Rip Obliterate. Oh, okay, he's conceding. Cool. We are 2-1 with Heart of Icaria, version 543. Alright, game 4. Man, we've been on the play for all of these. This is definitely an advantage we've had. We have 4 power, including the Amber, so this sounds great. It's a little stingy on the influences. We're going to have a fair few basics, but... I just made a mistake. So I should have saved the Seek until next turn. I don't really have any 2-drops I have to play. And just in case I drew a different type of power, maybe it affected things. Now I obviously get rewarded for drawing Find the Way. So let's see. I can play Amber and stuff. So I have 2 Justice and then 1/1/1. So I want to start working on this. So let's get my second time because Reality Warden is also in my hand. So how do I order this hand? I think it's turn 3 Siraf, turn 4 Amber Acolyte depleted power. Okay, so we'll get some warp deck, I'm guessing. So I think this is the line. Like, I think this is the order. We do this, we get a fire source, then we seek up a fire because fire is more important than time. Because Icaria and Heart both share triple fire.
It's written right here.
You have something on top. That's okay here. That's surprisingly okay here. Like, it's not great against basically any Praxis deck. This may also just be an iteration of Praxis tokens. Next turn, I'm likely just playing Reality Warden, though. I could be attacking with Siraf, but I'd probably go over the top of basically every deck in the format. Maybe not unitless control, but like as a general statement, I go over the top of, let's say, most decks that play units. Easiest trade of my life. Alright. So we can do... I could turn... No, I can't cast Heart on 6. So I should just develop Reality Warden. And I'm just going to get the fire out. Because he can't ever block this, but he could double block Siraf, I'm cool with that. So let's just see if he wants to block. Cool. So Seraf's a 2-for-1? I'm okay with that. My hand is great. So I'm likely gonna go find the way, use the seat, kill what you play. That's awkward because I can't kill it. Well, I can punch and play Parliament. That's fine. I may as well just play it out. Just so well, why would I even play the Parliament? I'll just hit him for 7. So what's the order? I think I could play depleted here and then maybe undepleted next turn, but what does that matter? I could hit Siraf. Yeah, I should do this. Just in case I draw undepleted into a 3-drop, which is a possible outcome. He got warp value already. Well, I'm jealous of my opponent. Because we missed out a lot in our last Waystone Infuser. I believe that was game 1. So what is your follow-up? Moondial? Moondial's not good here. So I can cast Icaria soon, but not yet. But we can just hurt this down. Hit him for 7. Seek is fine. I'd rather do this now so I don't draw more power. And be the beats. And so we have the Vanquish to interact with a big threat. We have Icaria if he doesn't really threaten me. Like, Hearts, you know, it's in the big threat category, but it doesn't do anything here. Like, to threaten us. Oh, the warped Crest. The total feels good, man. Alright. So I could just kill the board. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that because I want to stop my opponent from generating value. But this also puts the Runehammer, which is so bad in this matchup, into play. And now he's at 1. Like, there are so many things that kill him, including the Icaria in my hand. My opponent needs, like, Hard the Vault into Grenadin Drone, probably, to win this game. Like, at least to start making a comeback. Double Titan is not good enough. Cool. 3-1. Alright guys, game 5, finally we're on the draw in one of these games. This is an interesting hand. So I'm gonna mulligan, and the reason for it is even though we have 2 power plus to Crest, which is okay, if we hit the 3rd power, it's still not good. We hit the 4th power, it's still not good. We have so much top end. This hand is very powerful, apparently. Wow. Okay, so what do we have? We have 2 fire, 2 time, 2 justice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go get my last fire. And then Trailmaker's gonna get my last justice, and then we'll seek for the 3rd time. We kind of, holy shit. Well, there's the last justice, so I'll just get my time here. So this didn't die, which is a big deal, because I'm gonna need to rise up something good this game. You're gonna have Purify. Okay, it's practice tokens. That changes what I want to rise for. So I can rise for Titan, I can rise for Waystone Infuser, I can get Ironthorn, which is incredible, and I can get Shatterglass Mage. Those are my real options. I think the correct one, as weird as it is to get Ironthorn, as it's a win con, and it's probably the best win con in my deck in this match, and that deck doesn't play kill spells. Or at least not enough. Obviously, if my opponent goes, okay, turn 4, Obelisk, we're in trouble. Because we played to the game that he doesn't exactly go turn 4 Obelisk, and he didn't. So now our play looks like we're half smart. Disciple, what do you get? Just the biggest dude? Yeah. Oh, the Crest Ironthorn synergy. So it's just develop Ironthorn. I don't need the value right now. because I'm not casting him next turn, because I'm casting Heart of the Vault and Seek Power. Most likely. I would play Heart of the Vault over Icaria here. Interesting play here. So he could have a Torch. Because I don't need this anymore, I'm just going to trade, because I could play Power plus Heart. So if he goes Power Torch, then he needed to draw a Torch this exact turn. Okay, he drew a Torch exactly this turn. And we're just drawing more power. Which is bad. Now I don't think we're winning this game, because we're just 2 behind, and my opponent, like, we've just drawn power, and my opponent ripped a Torch. Like, simple as that. So we took the risk. My opponent's play may have made that a little obvious, and maybe I should have just taken extra damage. But this is also just an amazing curve. Like, we're not winning this one. So what's my win con? I have Purify. So I can Purify this, and then I die. So is my win con to play Heart of the Vault and then hit another Purify? If I Purify this, I do die. I think so. Doesn't work how I want it to, so... Okay. Alright guys, we went 3-2 in our games. Our 2 losses were pretty unfortunate. Where this game we just drew straight power, my opponent ripped the Torch exactly when he needed it. Otherwise, we had a pretty good chance of just coming back there, where we get to play the Heart, we get to kill a dude, and then we have 2 good things on board, and we draw extra cards. And then we had one game where we really doubled up power against Juditless Control, which I already think can be a bit tough for us. One change I think I would make with the deck is play 3 Desert Marshals, 3 Rise, because sometimes you want to Rise for these anyways, and Rise is the best card in the deck a lot of the time. So guys, I'll post this in the description of all the videos. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.